All right. So, while I catch my breath from running back to my PC, why don't you tell me what you know about the game?
Basically, I know what you read off of the back of the box.
All right. Have you watched?
I've watched some intros to it like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Never played it.
Have you watched any of my recent streams of me playing it with other people or no?
I watched a little bit, but I'm
Okay.
a bookkeeper, so I don't have a lot of free time this time of year.
Understood. All right. Would you prefer to play as Rebels or Empire?
I don't really have a preference. Is there one that's particularly easier to learn, or is it kind of a toss-up?
I think the Rebels are probably easier to learn right now. So
Okay.
what I'm going to do, we're basically going to repeat, and I'm sorry for those watching, we're going to repeat what we did last night. Technically, you could both play Empire, that's true. I'll let you play Rebels. Because we're going to basically just play a game of what comes in the core set of the game.
Okay.
And the Rebels get 2 ships where the Empire only gets 1. So it'll give you a
It's
little bit more to
frigate and
do.
Corvette, right?
Yep.
Okay. It's kind of weird. I've actually got a decent collection. I've just never used it.
Okay, that's me. Let me make your fleet real quick. All right. Sorry, my throat's got something in it, but I'm gonna send you. I'm sending you some stuff on Discord.
Okay.
What you need to do is highlight all of that text and copy it.
Okay.
We're gonna be doing without obstacles tonight. In game, in the top right corner. Yep, click that. Get rid of my text and paste your own in there. And click spawn. There you go. Now you can close that window. And we are ready to go.
I'm assuming I've got to do spawn shields on the ships.
Not yet. Wait until they're on the table. So, how does this work again? I think the Empire player has fewer points, so I get to choose if I want to go first or second.
Okay.
I am going to go second, so I'll let you go first.
All right.
So the first thing you have to do is you're going to choose one of your ships, and the term ship in this game applies to capital ships. Anything fighter related is considered a squadron.
Fair. Okay.
So the first thing you have to do is choose a ship, either one, and deploy it somewhere in this rectangular region here. You are allowed to rotate them up to 90 degrees left or right. You use the Q and the E keys to rotate whatever your cursor is hovering over.
Okay.
Once you place it wherever you want, then you can click spawn shields. All right, so that puts the little shield things in there, and it locks the ship in place.
Okay.
Once you have it on deployed, this right here is the speed dial.
Right.
So you have to assign it a speed. If you look on the card, first of all, have you ever used Tabletop Simulator before? Are you familiar with like hotkeys and shit?
I am not.
Okay, so when you hover your cursor over anything, particularly these cards, if you hold the Alt key, it'll bring up an enlarged version of it so you can see everything nice and clear.
Useful. Okay.
So if we look at the Corvette card, the bottom left corner shows you, first of all, what speed the ship can go up to, which this Corvette can go all the way up to speed 4. Just for reference, if you look at the Nebulon B, you can see that only the first 3 columns have stuff on their card, so he can only go up to speed 3. The little hash marks on there, or the dashes, represent how many clicks of turning you can do at each point along the movement tool for each speed.
Okay. I do vaguely remember that part.
That'll make more sense once we start playing, but... So basically what you're going to do is you're going to choose now how fast the ship is going at the start of the game, and you're going to put that in this dial by hovering your mouse over it and pressing 1, 2, 3, or 4 on your keyboard.
Okay.
Okay. So now I am going to do the same. I have to choose a ship, which I only have 1 ship.
Yep.
And I'm going to place it over here like...
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it like that. Spawn shields, and I'm also going to start at speed 2. So now you have a choice. You can either grab another ship, or you can take 2 squadrons. And if you choose to deploy the squadrons, you have to deploy them at distance 1 or 2 of any ships that you have deployed. So each ship in this game, in the module, has this little R button on it. If you click that first, it shows you its firing arcs, and then it shows you the squadron ranges.
Useful.
Yep, so this is ring, the first ring is ring 1, and then ring 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can put up to 2 X-Wings down anywhere within the second ring. Or you could do your Nebulon B.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now I don't have any ships left, so I will do squadrons. I'll save her for last. I'm going to tell you the same thing that I tell everybody I play with. When you're going to move the squadrons, these guys have so many different buttons and toggles on their bases that make sure before you click your mouse, make sure the entire squadron model is like highlighted in white.
Okay.
That way you don't accidentally click on something instead of picking it up.
Fair.
So the fighters also have to be behind the line in the rectangle. Okay, so there's my first 2. And you do 2. I'm sure most people watching tonight have already seen a couple of streams, but obviously, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.
Okay.
There are other fleet setup zones, thankfully. What do you mean? You mean for like the objective gameplay? All right.
Yeah, it might be too far forward.
Do the squadrons need to be placed completely within range 2, or does the base just need to touch range 2? That is a great question. They need to be completely within, and the rules do specify that there is a difference between within a certain range or at a certain range. So when you go to like shoot somebody, they have to be at a certain range. So as long as part of their base touches or is within that range, they're at the range. When other things say within a certain range, then the entire base needs to be within that range. But good question. All right. So now that everything is deployed, now comes the most confusing part for new players, which is the dials.
Okay.
It's really not that bad of a system, but it is a little overwhelming because there's a lot of information.
Yeah.
So there's 4 different things, which are all shown here. So you have repair, concentrate fire, navigate, and squadron. What you're going to do is you're going to set each of these dials to one of these faces, which you do by hovering over and pressing 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Okay.
And this here tells you what numbers correspond to what face.
Yep.
And then you're going to place them on this gold base that is associated with the particular ship. And the way that this is scripted is whenever you drop a thing on here, the one that you drop on top is automatically placed on the bottom.
Okay.
So now I'm going to explain why that is. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's just bigger ships have more dials. I remember that because they don't react as fast.
Correct. So if you look on the cards, whatever a ship's command value is in the top right, that's how many dials it gets.
Okay.
The command value, well, I'm trying to think of the best way. I still don't know what the best way to feed information about this game to new players yet. Because there's a lot of like little things. I'm trying not to overwhelm you with too much useless stuff yet. But the command value is also how many tokens you're allowed to have.
Okay.
We'll get to the tokens here in a minute. So with the Corvette, you only have 1 dial, which means every turn you're going to get to change this to whatever you want the Corvette to do that turn, and that's nice.
Right.
With the Nebulon B, you have 2 dials, which means you actually have to plan 2 turns at the same time. So what are you going to do on turn 1? And then the other dial, what are you going to do on turn 2? Now, the explanation for the dials, I can read them to you, but if you come over here to the left, you have 2 reference cards here. This, the top one. The left-hand side tells you what all of the different commands do, and then what each of their token effect does. Do you know about the tokens, like how you get those or how that works?
That is these green things on the card, right?
Those are a different type of token. Yeah, these are defense tokens, but these are command tokens. So that's okay.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about like focus in X-Wing.
Yes. So let's say you set your right now I can see your Corvette's thing is set to a repair action.
Yep.
So let's say that's what you have set for your first turn.
Okay.
So when turn 1 comes around and you activate your Corvette, you're going to take this dial, you're going to press F to flip it over, and you're going to set it down. Yep. You're going to say, okay, he's doing a repair action. Now, I'm not going to go into what the repair action does, but it's turn 1. You haven't taken any damage yet, so you really don't have any need to do a repair. So what you can do is you can take a repair token and say, instead of spending the dial, I'm going to instead bank a token. And what this does is this means later, on a later turn, you can spend this token to do a repair action, but it's going to be at a lesser effect than if you were to have used the dial.
Okay.
And that same thing holds true. So all 4 of these actions has a certain strength that when you use it with the dial, and a lesser strength when you use it with a token.
Okay.
So again, if we go back over to this reference card, you can see if you use a navigate command, you can change your speed by 1 and temporarily increase 1 yaw by a value of 1. Or if you take a token, that means at some point later, you can change your speed by 1 but not get the yaw.
Got it. Okay.
So for the squadron, you can activate a number of squadrons at close to medium range equal to the squadron value of the ship that's doing that action. Those squadrons can both move and attack, but if you take a token and then use that token later, you can only activate 1 squadron.
Right.
The repair is a little bit more complicated. When you do a repair action, you get engineering points equal to whatever the engineering value is on your card. And then you can spend those points to do different things like move shields around, recover shields, or even discard damage cards. And then if you use the token, you only get half of the engineering points. Concentrate fire. If you use the dial, you get to add 1 die of any color that's already in your attack pool to 1 attack. But if you use the token, it lets you re-roll 1 die whenever you're shooting.
Okay.
So it's not a bad idea to spend like your first turn or two using dials to get tokens that you can spend later and then start using the dials themselves. But it really depends on how you want to play.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
I know that's a lot of information, but like I said, this is really the game's most complicated aspect, is learning what these do, learning like what's a good order to set your dials, that sort of thing.
Right. And I've got experience with several other Fantasy Flight titles, so some of it's clicking already.
And this is why I let you play as the Rebels, because if you come over to my side of the board and look, the Star Destroyer has a command of 3, so I have to plan 3 turns at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more complicated. You do have 2 ships to worry about, but they're not as big, so it's a little bit easier to fly them.
That's fair. All right.
So go ahead and set your dials. Remember, whichever one you place on first is going to go on top.
Right. Okay. See.
All right, I'm good to go.
I will invite him too.
Yeah, nobody wants to see my face for this. All right. So you're going to get to go first, which means you literally get to choose which ship you're going to activate. So either the Corvette or the Nebulon B. Doesn't matter. I'm going to get rid of this token too. So which would you like to do first?
Let's do the Corvette first.
Okay, so go ahead and grab that dial out of there, move it up, and press F to flip it over.
Okay.
So it is a repair. So first thing you have to do is decide, are you going to spend that dial this turn, or would you like to take a token?
I'm going to take a token.
All right, so go ahead and grab the repair token. Just put it anywhere near that ship, doesn't really matter.
Okay.
All right, the next thing you would do is spend tokens if you wanted. After that, which I'm going to assume you're not going to spend that.
No.
Next, you would get to shoot. So you press the R button. I mean, obviously you're not going to be in range, but what you do is you would check, see if you're in range of any targets. You're not. So press it 2 more times to get rid of it. And then you move. So yes, the 2 M buttons put the movement tool on either corner, either of the front 2 corners of the ship. And it does matter which side you do. We'll explain that later.
I have fooled around with the physical models, so I do understand that different sides part.
Yep. Okay. So you're going to look and see what speed your ship's at. It's currently at speed 2. So zoom in. The little plus icon here is what adds the left arrow.
Oh, that.
So you might want to rotate your camera a little bit to the right so that you can see the plus better. Yep. You're going to hit that twice to get up to speed 2.
Okay.
And then what's really cool is the script for this game actually shows you these 2 little dashes match the 2 on the card. Nice. So you don't actually have to go back and look at the card. What these indicate is how many yaws you're allowed to make at each of those steps.
Okay.
So you could, if you want, go 1 here and 2 here. Or you could go, whatever you want down here. And then if you go 1 too far, it turns red to let you know that you've gone too far.
Okay. Sounds good. I think I'm just going to do that.
All right, then move on there. And then the done button gets rid of the tool.
Okay.
Easy. All right, so that's your activation. And come over to my Star Destroyer. This is the only choice I have, so I'm going to flip his top dial over. It's also a repair. I'm also going to take a token.
Okay.
I'm obviously not in range. So I'm going to move. I'm also going speed 2. And I am just going to go... let's see. move this guy temporarily.
Okay.
Oh, I still can't see. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay.
So, you flip your dial over for the only other ship you've got. Squadrons.
We'll see if that was a mistake or not.
Was it?
I don't know. Yeah, I intentionally did it. I just don't know if it was a smart move or not.
Okay. So squadrons, they do get to move. At the end of each turn, we do what's called a Squadron Phase. So any squadrons that have not yet activated that turn, in the Squadron Phase, they get to either move or shoot, but not both.
Okay.
Yeah, so
okay,
squadrons...
So it was a mistake.
Well, no, that's good.
Well.
That's fine. I'll let you... You can either just take a token, that way you can use that later, or I'll let you change it. It doesn't matter. This is just a fun game.
Yep. I'll go with it. It's fine. All
right, so you take a token for now, which it will be helpful for you. So there's a squadron token.
Okay.
You'll be able to spend that later. You would check your range, but you're not in range. And then you get to move.
And when it's talking about the squadron is close to medium range, it's talking about this distance, right?
Correct.
Okay. So out to about here?
Correct.
Okay. Got it.
And as far as measuring goes, because this question came up a couple nights ago about like pre-measuring, the game's rules is you're allowed to measure squadron range and shooting range at any time. But what you're not allowed to do is use the movement tool to measure moving distance until it's that ship's turn to move.
That's fair. Okay. Sounds good. So now I'm at moving the ship then.
Correct. So speed 2.
Speed 2.
And what we do is sometimes when the squadrons look like they're going to be in the way, we'll click the move on the squadron and just kind of temporarily move them out of the way, and then go ahead and you can do your movement there. Okay, so see how you overlapped them?
Yep.
Click undo on here.
Okay.
I'm going to click move on the squadron, move them out of the way like we did with these guys.
Right.
Now click move, and now click done, if you like that move.
Yep.
So you can see the white dots show you where the squadrons were. I can see that these guys were not overlapped. So I'm going to click undo on that, and it's going to put them back. Right. These guys were overlapped. So the rules for overlapping squadrons is whichever player moved a ship that resulted in an overlapped squadron, the other player can position that squadron anywhere around the ship that overlapped it.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pretty much just tuck it right in behind. As long as
basically
the base is
you're not going to cheat for extra movement by overlapping intentionally.
Correct. Yeah, if you overlap, it's the other player's.
Okay.
Yeah, you get it. All right, and then that's it. So once every ship has activated, which they have, then we transition into the squadron phase. And since you're going first, you're always going to be going first this entire game. So now what we do is we take turns activating 2 squadrons at a time. And remember, in the squadron phase, squadrons can only move or attack, but not both.
Okay.
So you can choose any 2 that you want. And just to go back what I was saying about pre-measuring, if you wanted, you can absolutely pull up like the range measuring thing for the ship. And then when you want to move these, like move them only as far out as the medium range or anything like that.
Yeah.
All right, so whichever ones you want to move, click the little move button on there. It'll actually show you the yellow ring is the squadron's maximum movement range, and the game will actually not allow you to move it beyond that. It's actually really well done. And then the red ring, ring around the squadron is that squadron's attack range.
Okay.
So once you move it, click done, and then click either of the left or the right, the little blue tab there will change the color. And what that color shows us is which squadrons have activated or not yet this turn.
Makes sense.
There you go. Okay. That's your 2. So now I'm going to do 2 of my own. I'm actually not even going to do a whole lot. I'm just going to move them to... Well... I'll move these guys here. And then... These guys will follow. Okay. You do 2 more.
Gee, I wonder which ones I'm going to pick. Alright, so we're going to go there. Oop.
Okay, and then I do 2. Alright, then it would go back to you to do 2, but you don't have any left, so I just keep doing mine until I've got nothing left to do.
Okay.
Alright.
There are advantages to have the swarm.
Now I have no fighters left to activate. That's the end of the squadron phase. And then we go into the status phase, which is we go back and look at our cards. If we have used any of our defense tokens, those would refresh. If we had exhausted any cards that you can exhaust, which we don't have, those would refresh. Nothing for that, or there's nothing for us to do there. So if we go look at the right side of the board, your right, this right here is the turn counter. So I'm going to move the initiative token down to turn 2, and then I flip it. It's got a red side and a blue side. And all that does is just tell us which, when we look at the squadrons, which ones have not yet activated.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep, so now we know red ones have not gone yet.
Okay.
And then it's the turn 2. So command phase, we redo our dials. So you can reset your dials here, and I just want to remind you that because the Corvette only has a command of 1, and you have a token, that you cannot take another token if you want to. So whatever action you choose should be something that you'd want to use.
Right. And this is going to go on the bottom then, right?
Correct, yes. So when you put that, when you drop that on there, it's going to go on the bottom for turn 3. Now, if you forget what your token or what your dials are set to, if you press the C button on the base of the ship, the game will actually send you a whisper reminding you what dials you have in the little base.
Oh, nice. All right.
Of course, I forgot to use Tarkin at the start of my turn. It's all right. We always forget Tarkin.
He's a very forgettable character.
Yeah.
Not really, but you know. All right. So, okay.
All good?
I'm good.
Who am I even talking about? Okay, so now that we're out of the command phase, we go into the ship phase, which Tarkin, my commander, says at the start of each ship phase, I may choose one command. Each friendly ship gains a command token matching that command. So basically, I get to choose any command. I'm going to choose a concentrate fire, and I get to give all of my ships in my fleet, which is just my Star Destroyer, that token.
Okay.
All right, now that that's done, you get to go first. You're canceled. Okay, so choose either of your 2 ships to flip the dial over.
Oops.
As navigate. So first things first, decide, are you going to use the dial or would you take a token? If you take the token, you can swap it out for that one actually.
I'm going to use the dial.
Okay, so we don't move yet. We just decide, like, okay, that's the step where you have to say, do you want to use it or not? But we're not using that yet. Next, spend tokens. Do you want to spend the repair token or save it?
No.
Okay, next, attack. Are you in range yet?
I am not in range.
You are not. Okay, next, then we get to the movement, or which the game actually considers the determine course step.
Okay.
Now you get to use your dial to, if you want, you can increase or decrease your speed.
Yep.
Up to speed 3. And now when you go to move, because you're using a dial, you can add 1 extra yaw to any point along the movement tool.
Okay.
So go ahead and crank it out to 3.
Oops.
And you can see you're only allowed to do 1 yaw at the second step and 2 at the third, but if you can add 1 to anywhere on there, and it will result in a red, but that's it, you can still accept it.
Right.
If you want.
We're going to be absolutely boring and go straight ahead.
All right, that's perfectly fair.
Okay.
All right, so that's your Corvette. Then I activate my Star Destroyer. I'm also doing a navigate command. I'm going to do a quick measurement for attack. All right, I think I will... Oh man, this is tough. I'll use the dial.
Okay.
So I'm not going to take a token. Next thing I do is spend tokens, which I'm not going to. I get to shoot, which I'm not in range. And then I move. So I'm going speed 2.
So next turn is when the pain begins.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm actually going to reduce to speed 1.
Okay.
No, I'm going to stay at speed 2. I'm going to stay at speed 2, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my extra yaw.
No. Okay.
Let me shift this over to the other side. I'm going to yaw to the left on my first turn, which I usually am not able to do.
Yeah.
And then yaw... Oops. Move these guys out of the way. And then yaw back to the right on the second one and do this kind of shimmy move. Shimmy.
All right.
Okay. And then you do your Nebulon B. You like the Star Wars lounge elevator music? I need to find a good playlist for this. I haven't been able to find good music for an Armada stream yet. Alright, sorry. What you got? You got to repair?
Yeah.
Alright.
So, see. I think I'm going to go ahead and take a token since I've got 2 command.
Okay. Oop, careful. That's a close. That's a raid token.
Oh, oops.
No, you got the symbol right, just the wrong effect.
All right. And then movement. Well, fire, but there's nothing in range.
Correct. So spend tokens if you want. So if you want to spend this squadron token and activate 1 squadron, you could, and then that squadron will get to move and shoot. So that you could essentially zoom those X-Wings up and maybe take a shot at one of these TIE Fighter squadrons if you want.
And I can see the range before I make the decision, right?
Yep. Oh, I actually might not. I don't know. It's close.
I think I'll save it for now.
Okay.
Right, and then I'm at speed 2.
Here, you know what I'm gonna put on?
Okay. And now we're on Squadrons, I think.
Here we go. Yes, Squadron Phase. And you get to go first. So now you can move or shoot, but not both.
Okay.
Dude, why didn't I think of this before? This is the perfect soundtrack for this game. 5 points to whoever can tell me what it is. No, it's not Wing Commander, but you're very close. So be careful before you finalize that spot.
Yeah.
So since you can tell that this X-wing is in range,
Yes. Okay.
that means these guys are also in range of you, which means
and they could shoot instead of move.
correct. So
Okay,
if you want to back them up a little bit, I'll let you do that.
That's fair.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the X-wing soundtrack from 1992, was it? I think.
Oh man, I would have recognized that if I was hearing your stream. I played a ridiculous amount of that game. And those training missions were evil.
Let's see. I am going to... I'm going to move these guys to here.
That is an appropriate soundtrack, though.
There you go.
Okay.
Land speeder run in Return of the Jedi. Gonk, gonk, I'm a power droid.
Alright.
Okay. I'm gonna move these guys right up here, right in everybody's face.
That's nice and neighborly.
And then Howl Runner, I'm gonna move right here. Right out of range.
They're close enough to trigger. Okay.
And
Figured I should
then
look at her card.
these guys are going to go... Let's see, how many do I have? I don't have a squadron token. It's fine. These guys are going to scoot up like here and here. And that was their move. They're they're in a holding pattern.
Alright.
Do the models in TTS distinguish the special squadrons from the normal ones? Yeah. Yep, the yellow ring. Okay. so that's the end of... Oh, do our status phase. Nothing to do. Move the token or the initiative dial to turn 3. Flip it over to blue. And we redo our dials.
Okay.
Okay. Let me know when you're done.
Yep. Alright.
Alright, so start of the ship phase. Tarkin lets me take a token. I'm going to take a squadron token. And yes, my Star Destroyer has a command of 3, so now I'm maxed out on tokens.
Okay.
Also, for the record, you're not allowed to have more than one of the same token, which I don't have, but just additional rule. And you get to go first, so pick which one of your ships would you like to activate first.
Let's just go with tradition and do the Corvette.
Okay. Concentrate fire, so are you going to spend it this turn, or do you want to take a token?
I am going to spend it, because I can shoot at squadrons, right?
Yeah. Well, so, okay. So, if you look on your Corvette card, you can see in the bottom right the different dice colors for the arcs.
That's this thing.
What's that? Yes.
That's this stat right here.
So that right there is your anti-squadron shot. So the blue is medium range. So yes, you would be able to attack these two. So okay, so let's back up a little bit.
Right.
So every ship, when you attack, you get to make 2 attacks.
Right.
However, unless you have a card that says otherwise, each attack has to come out of a separate arc.
Okay.
When you do an attack from a ship to ship, it's a single attack using the dice printed on that arc of the card. So on the bottom right, you can see the different arcs. It's also on the bases of the ships over here. So if you actually look on the board and zoom in, you can see them printed on there.
Yeah.
When you do a shot to a squadron, it's considered an anti-squadron like bombardment, or almost like a flak fight or shot.
Right.
So it doesn't use these, it does use this, which is a single blue. However, you get to attack every enemy squadron in that arc.
Okay.
So you would get to hit both of these guys if you chose to do that. However, you would then not be able to shoot the Star Destroyer because that is a shot out of your front arc.
Right. Okay. And would the concentrate firepower add to the anti-squadron or not?
It would, but only one. Because you're going to roll separately for each squadron.
So I'd get an extra on one attack.
Correct.
Okay. That's fair.
Show them the colors on the ruler also. Yeah, okay. So if you're wondering how I know that blue is medium range, this little tool here, this is what you get in the physical game. I'll just show it over here to show you. So you know what you're supposed to do is put this little tool right up to your base, and you can see on here the little lines on the ruler match the lines in Tabletop Sim, the white lines, or the arcs. And then the colors on this tool show you what color dice can reach that range. So you can see here up close you have blue, red, and black. In the middle you have just blue and red. And then on the farthest you only have red.
Okay.
So that's where you get the different ranges from.
Makes sense. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use it on squadrons.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll use both of them on the closest squadron. So I'm assuming we go over here for that?
Yes. So this little tool is freaking genius. So go ahead and click blue. And you said you're using the concentrate fire dial on the first one. So click it again. And then what we like to do is just spam roll a couple times. So just like click that like 2 or 3 times and see what happens. There you go. Boom. So when what's cool is it actually totally oh my god, tallies the total.
Yes.
So this is a hit, a crit, and an accuracy.
Okay.
When attacking squadrons, the only face that matters is a hit.
Okay.
Crits count as misses, unfortunately. So out of those two, you did 1 damage, so I click the little minus on there, and he's down to 2 health.
Okay.
Now you get to attack the second one, but not with 2 dice. So you can either clear this, or you can move 1 die.
Oops.
Yep, clear. And blue, yep. Roll the 1, and there's a hit. So he did one to the other. There you go. And now if you had somebody to shoot out of a different arc, then you could make that second attack.
Okay.
But you don't. So we go to moving.
All right. And now we're at speed 3. This is where the decisions get made. Okay. Actually, yeah.
All right,
Okay.
we're good with that.
Yep.
Okie dokie smoky. It is my turn.
And this is where the pain begins.
So I flip my dial over, and it is a squadron dial, which I am going to spend.
Oh, okay. Not the pain I was expecting.
My squadron squadron value on the card is 3. Plus I have a squadron token, which I'm also going to spend to increase that to 4.
So you're activating 4 squadrons?
Activating 4 squadrons within
Okay.
close to medium range, which they all
Is
are.
all of them. Yep.
First thing I'm gonna do is decide whether I want to focus on Luke Skywalker or just start picking apart the rest of your guys.
Well, that is a tough choice, isn't it?
It is a very tough choice, actually. I think, you know what? I think I would feel accomplished if I took out Luke Skywalker. So I'm gonna do that. I'm going to... We'll start with these guys at 2 health. And we're going to move them right there so that they are in range of Luke and Hal Runner. We agree that that's in range of Hal Runner too?
Yep.
Okay.
Because it's at range, right?
Correct.
Yep. That's fine then.
So we read Hal Runner while another friendly squadron with Swarm, which TIE fighters have, is at distance 1, so not within distance 1, is attacking a squadron, it may add 1 blue die to its attack pool. So TIE fighters anti-squadron is usually 3 blue, so now it's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the TIE fighter says, Swarm, while attacking a squadron, engage with another squadron, you may re-roll 1 die. And if we look, this squadron that I moved last turn is also engaged with Luke.
Yep.
So not only do I get the 4, but I can re-roll 1. Oof. 1 hit. I'm going to re-roll one of the crits. Okay, so I got 2 hits and an accuracy. So the accuracy, I get to cancel one of your defense tokens. Not exhaust it, so nothing like happens to it permanently, but just for this attack I get to say you can't use this attack. In this case it doesn't matter because you have 2 of the same, so even if I say you can't use one, you can always just use the other. So you take 2 damage. The 2 defense tokens you have are called braces. They just can be used to cut the damage in half. So if you want to change it from 2 to 1, you would just flip one of those over with F to the red side.
Okay.
Now, when you spend defense tokens, like I said, you exhaust them by flipping them to the red side, and then at the end of the turn, any exhausted tokens get flipped back over to green.
Yeah.
Now, in case you didn't know, you can still use a red defense token. However, if you decide to use it while it's already exhausted, it's removed from the game.
Okay.
So, yep, so with the brace, the 2 damage is reduced to 1, so Luke gets reduced to 4 health.
Okay.
For a second squadron, I'm going to do the same thing with these guys. I'm going to drop them.
Might pull this off.
Drop them right there, so they're in range of Luke and Hal Runner.
Okay.
They get the same deal. 4 blue, reroll 1. I'm going to reroll the crit. Oh, shoot. No. Roll. Oh, nice. Okay, 2 hits with 2 accuracies. So with the 2 accuracies, I'm going to...
I don't get any of those.
Yeah,
okay.
you get nothing, so you take 2 damage.
Okay.
Third squadron I'm going to activate. Down here. Right there, in range of both. Same thing.
Are we sure this is Luke and not Biggs in disguise?
Reroll one of the crits.
Nice.
3 hits, so no accuracies, so you could use your brace and that would just reduce it to 2. Because 3 rounded up. So yeah, that's it for Luke. So what we do in the module, there's a button on the right hand side that says destroy ships.
Okay.
So I'll let you do it. Go ahead and click that red icon. And then
where is this?
on the right hand side of your screen, there's like where the fleet spawner was.
Got it.
So click that red destroy ships button, and then you'll see a button appear over Luke. You can click to remove him from the board.
Okay. And I couldn't exhaust or use any of these exhausted tokens.
No, because the accuracies.
I did not see you had accuracies.
Oh, wait. Wait a minute, how did this happen? Oh, right. No, because we use the brace to cut the 3 damage in half, but half of 3 is 1.5, so it rounds up to 2. And you can't use 2 of the same token in the same attack.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So either way, he's gone.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Damn, I feel bad, but at the same time, I don't think we've played a game yet where like an ace pilot has been destroyed. Maybe no, I don't think Cole killed Luke when we played.
Something tells me you'd feel less bad if he was doing a torpedo run on your destroyer.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so that was 3. Next thing I'm gonna do. Fuck it, I might as well just activate this guy who's sitting here. So he's not gonna move. Well, he can't move because he's engaged. So he's gonna shoot this X-Wing here, closest to your Nebulon B.
Okay.
Reroll one of the crits. 2 damage.
Okay. And I have no tokens on the non-heroes. Okay.
Nope, exactly, yeah. So he goes down to 3.
Okay.
And that is all 4 of my squadrons. I spend my token. Yes, we are still in the ship phase, Hawk. So that was the squadron dial. Next, the Star Destroyer itself gets to shoot. So the first thing I'm going to do is an anti-squadron shot out the right with 1 blue die. So we'll go for the line splitter first.
Okay.
Once again, only hits count. That's a crit, so that doesn't count. And then the other squadron, that's a hit. So this guy takes 1.
Sorry, I was laughing at the achievement that popped up.
What was it?
I have played for an hour without flipping the table.
Nice. I'll show you. If you've ever flipped the table, don't hit the button.
I've done it in single player.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Next, front shot. I have 3 choices. I can either do anti-squadron against both of these. I can shoot your vet, or I can shoot your Nebulon B. I'm going to do a shot on the Corvette.
Okay.
Because it's at medium range.
Yep.
And I'm going to show you real quick. So the two things you do is first you have to check distance. And that's super easy with the tools that the tabletop sim provides. All you have to do is see if part of the ship's base is within the arc that you're trying to measure out of.
Right.
So, not that it matters because the Star Destroyer doesn't have any black dice, but if it did, because there's this little wedge of the Corvette's side inside the close range arc, that means this is close range.
Yep.
The second thing you have to measure is line of sight. And we do that by drawing a line from, see this yellow dot on my base?
Yes.
So you trace a line from the yellow dot on the arc that you're shooting out of to the yellow dot in the arc that you're aiming for. And as long as this line doesn't cross any of the painted lines on your base, that means I do have line of sight.
Oh, to that arc, yes. Okay.
Yeah, so it has to be to the dot, though. It can't be to, like, this corner. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
However, the dot itself does not have to be in range. So even though this yellow dot is at medium range, the fact that this little wedge is in close range means that that is a close range shot.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yep.
But like I said, none of that fucking matters because the Star Destroyer only has red and blue dice anyway. So it's going to be 3 red and 3 blue. I do have a Concentrate Fire token, so I can reroll one of these if I want. And yeah, I'm going to use that to reroll this blank red.
Okay.
So
that worked.
Let me discard the token. And you have a whopping 6 damage coming into you. However, I didn't roll any accuracies, so you have a couple of options here. So evades. Evades are very powerful at long range, but less powerful at close to medium range. And evade at close to medium range will let me or force me to re-roll any one of my dice. You get to choose.
Okay.
So would you like to use that?
There is no reason for me not to use an evade.
That's correct. So go ahead and flip one of your evades to the red side.
Okay.
Doesn't matter which. And then pick any dice or any die you want me to reroll.
What is the significance of the crit?
So if any damage penetrates your shields, the crit means the first card that you take, the first damage card you take is going to be face up, which means it's going to have some sort of detrimental effect applied to your ship.
Yeah, we're going to have you reroll the crit.
Okay.
Because you're getting through the shields with that damage.
Probably. Oh, damn it. All right, so it's just a regular hit. The next option you have, because you can spend as many of these as you want, just not, you can't, unfortunately, you can't do the other evade because you did this one. So the redirect lets you take as much damage as you want that's hitting your side and instead apply it to an adjacent side. So either the front or the rear.
Okay. All right, so we're definitely going to do that.
Okay.
And we are going to... So
you're taking 6 total.
Yep.
So you can... Where would you like to redirect some to?
I'm going to take 2 on the front.
All right, so when you're hovering over the 2, hit either 7, 8, or 9 on your keyboard, and that'll change that to a 0.
I need to rotate the camera.
Yep, no problem. I know the TIE fighters are kind of in the way, too. Here.
It's all right. Seven, 8, or 9 did not do anything.
Really?
Yep.
Make sure you're on the shield. Oh, there you go. That worked. That 1 worked. Yeah, make sure you're...
1 worked.
Can you put it back to 2? There you go. 7, 8, or 9 doesn't work, though? There you go.
All right.
Okay, so now you're down to 4 damage because you took 2.
Yeah.
There's 2 more down to 2 damage, and unfortunately, there's nothing else you can do. You're eating 2 damage. So what you do is you come over here. This is the damage deck. You're just going to take two face-down cards by clicking and dragging them off the deck.
Okay.
And just put them anywhere near your Corvette so that you know that those go to that ship.
All right.
And then, looking on the ship's card, this right here is the total hull. So he's got 4 minus 2. He's got 2 health left. Exactly.
Okay. Good times.
So those were the 2 shots for my Star Destroyer.
Okay.
He's going speed 2 still. Yeah. We're gonna end up colliding here, aren't we? Ooh, close. I probably should have just rammed you, honestly. Oh, that would have been such a better idea. Why didn't I never think of ramming?
Because it's a good idea after the fact.
Yeah. Explain the ram mechanic? Alright, let's, somebody in chat wants me to explain the ram. So let's back up time here and explain the ram. So if I decide to ram him, I'm going to do something like this. Oh, look, maybe I can't. Alright, let's cheat.
You'd have to have a maneuver, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to cheat and say that I was able to do that. Okay? Now, because the bases are overlapping, that means a ram did occur. So what happens is the ship that moved gets its speed temporarily reduced by 1.
Okay.
So what that means is we undo that, cut the speed down to 1, make the move, and this is where the ship ends up. Okay? So this is where the ship stops, and then whatever ship you overlapped with, both ships take a face-down damage card.
Okay.
And that's it. That's how ramming works.
So that would be a good way for you to keep your maneuvering to a minimum while inflicting more damage on me.
Exactly, yeah. That would have been a really good play because not only... Well, if I could have made that turn, which I couldn't.
If you could have made it, yeah.
Because not only would that keep you in range, or keep, I guess, damaging you, but also keep your Nebulon B more in front of me.
Yeah.
But let me back that up. The movement we ended up going with was this. There we go. All is right in the world again.
In a manner of speaking.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker's dead, so something's not right.
Luke Skywalker's dead, and, Tantive 4 is not looking too hot.
Yeah, I don't know, though. He's going to get behind my Star Destroyer, and then I can't do shit.
Yeah, we will find out. It's his only chance to not die at the moment. Alright, so... Let's see, we've got Concentrate Firepower Order, and I'm going to use that.
Okay, and then before you do that, do you not have anything to repair yet? Do you want to use your Squadron thing to activate a Squadron?
What was the engaged thing that you were talking about with the Squadrons?
So if a Squadron is within distance 1 of an enemy Squadron, which they all are, then they cannot move. They have to attack whatever they're engaged with.
Okay. Alright.
So really, I mean, ultimately, there isn't really a reason for you to do that, because we're going to move to the Squadron Phase next, where they're all going to get to attack for free anyway.
Right. Yeah, might as well hold on to it just in case something opens up. So, then we're on to the range measuring, right?
Yep.
Okay. And you are at close range, looks like, the Star Destroyer.
Yes, sir, it is. The front arc is in close range. Oh, see, I hate that these shield tiles sometimes get bumped up like this. Does that look like that for you too, where it's like blocking the yellow dot? So this would be a good example of if you could see that yellow dot. Let's just say, I think it's like right here. Tracing a line to yours. See, you actually have line of sight to my side arc.
Interesting. Okay.
Which is at medium range. So if you wanted to, you get to choose whether you want to shoot at my front or my side.
Well, they're all red, so short or medium doesn't matter.
Right.
Might as well shoot at the side. I'm incentivized to stay out of your front arc anyway.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll shoot at the side arc.
Okay, and since you're using concentrate fire, you can add a die that has to be a color that's already in your attack pool, so it has to be red.
4 reds.
Yep. Four hits. That's pretty good. So, let's come over and look at my defense shit. I am going to first use my brace to cut that from 4 down to 2.
Okay.
And then... sure, I'll use a redirect. And I'm going to just redirect 1 to the side. So I'll take 1... Or I'm sorry, no, 1 to the front. So I'll take 1 to the front and 1 to the side that you actually hit.
Makes sense. Okay. And then we're on to movement, right?
Well, actually, that was just your first shot. What's your anti-squadron?
Do I have another shot?
So your anti-squadron is 2 blue.
Yeah.
If you look out your left arc, there are 2 TIE Fighter squadrons within the medium range of your side arc.
Oh, it's medium. Okay.
Yep.
It's the color that determines that. All right. Then, yeah, I definitely want to use it. And it's within, not at, right?
Correct, yeah. So even this 2 health squadron right here is just in range there that you can hit. So and again, you get to do both.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be 2 blue on each of these. But since they are different health, you are going to have to say, announce which one you're shooting at first.
Yeah,
it might make a difference.
Yep.
So
I'm going after the weakened one first.
Okay. 2 hits. He is dead. Goodbye.
I would say Luke is avenged, but that's not even close to equal.
And then you get to do the same thing against the other.
All right.
1 hit.
Okay.
Dune.
Still damage I didn't think I could do, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right. And then movement. Huh. This is where it gets interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
All right. Squadrons.
Yep, you first. So unfortunately, you can't move any of your guys, but you can light them up.
Well, we are going to start with this one because he's the weakest.
Yep, good choice. So just hit done on there and then flip his color.
Okay. Billy, come on.
Nope, you don't have to hit attack. Yep, there you go.
Oh, okay.
There, perfect.
All right. And his attack is 4 blue.
That's it. X-Wings are pretty freaking strong.
All right, and we are shooting at this squadron right here.
Okay. Oh, just 1. So he's still alive with 1. But you get to do 2 at a time, so who's your next?
Next one is going to be this one.
Okay, shooting the same guys?
No, we're going to shoot at this one here.
Okay.
Probably a mistake, but...
Doesn't look like a mistake to me. It looks like they're dead. Good job.
Alright.
Alright, for me, I only have 2 squadrons who haven't gone yet. So what I'm gonna do... Man. Yeah, I'm just going to move to here with Hal Runner.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have this guy attack the front of your Corvette.
Might as well.
So when you look at his card, the red box all the way on the right is the anti-ship armament, so he only gets to roll 1 blue.
You can still make a hit.
But he doesn't.
Alright.
And
I'm okay with that.
then you do your 1 blue X-Wing left. Who are you shooting?
Let's try and guarantee a kill. Go for this one.
Yep. Dead.
That'll do it.
And that's the end of turn 3.
Okay.
Refresh all your defense tokens. Move the turn marker down to turn 4. It's now a red turn. Yeah, Luke's doesn't matter.
Oh, he's got some fresh tokens, though.
Alright. Reset your dials.
Indeed.
Let me know when you're good.
So we're going to do that. Okay. Seems
Good.
like a bit of a waste, but all right.
No, you're good.
Let's see. We are going to do...
I think this is like the tightest, most concentrated fight that we've had yet, too.
No, first time for everything.
I think it's the first time I've played the Empire. Usually I'm running the Corvettes way out on the outside of the board. Alright, so for Tarkin, I get to pull a token, and...
Well, you know, Corvettes on the outside is a smart way to play.
I'm going to pull a Navigate token from Tarkin.
Okay.
Alright, you first.
Alright. It's worked horribly so far, so let's not change it. We're going to go for a repair token. Yep.
I would ask you, are you going to use it or take the token? But you already have a token, so I'm assuming you're just going to use it.
I'm going to use it and the token.
Yeah, fair enough. So here's how that works. So what's your engineering score?
2.
So the dial gives you that. So the dial gives you 2. And then if you're going to use the token as well, you get half of that. So you get 3 points. Those 3 points can be used in a couple ways. They're listed on the card over here. For 1 point, you can move 1 shield to any other zone. For 2 points, you can recover 1 shield. Or for all 3 points, you can remove one of these cards.
Right. And honestly, it seems like the most bang for the buck would be moving 1 shield and recovering a shield.
Okay.
So this one, we're going to bump that up to 2 and drop that to 1.
Yep, that's fair. So then we're going to get rid of your token.
Okay.
And then you move to shooting.
I don't know if anything's in range.
Yeah, I think there might be.
Yeah, maybe. All right. So, first thing we're going to do, I guess, is shoot at the Star Destroyer.
Okay, and...
1 red,
here's
1 blue.
just real quick, here's an example of something being out of line of sight, because we haven't had this yet. Tracing a line from your yellow dot to, say, like the rear. So see how it crosses the green line?
Yep.
Out of line of sight.
That's fair. So we're going to do the side arc.
Yep, side to side.
Okay. 1 and 1, right?
Yep.
Okay.
No, Nike, this is a same match. Alright, a crit, which if a crit hits shields, it just counts as a regular hit.
Okay.
What I'm actually going to do, though, I'm going to actually spend a redirect and eat that on the front.
Okay. And then for my second attack...
That's probably stupid. Whatever. Yep, second attack, you only have
I don't
one...
know that it's stupid. I'm trying to stay out of your front arc, so... it's probably your safest spot.
One other option for you.
I've got two, technically.
Oh, really? What are they?
I've got a rear arc shot, I think.
Oh, that's... So, yeah, okay. Yeah, you do. Shit.
But I could do that, or I could shoot at your squadron.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know that one red die is going to do a whole lot of anything, so I'll go ahead and shoot at the squadron.
Okay.
So, let's see, that's one blue.
Yep, one hit.
One hit. And now movement. Okay.
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, perfect broadside. Yeah. Yeah, especially the Star Destroyer with the rebel ships on either side. So, let's pull that. I'm sorry, I'm gonna actually undo that movement.
Okay.
And I'll show you why. Go ahead and redo that, what you had. Because I'm going to show you, first of all, why you're not allowed to do it. And then second of all, how the really easy way to fix it.
Okay.
So go ahead and hit move.
Oh, because I'm on top of the move.
Exactly, yeah. So when you hit move, see how your ship is overlapping the tool?
Right.
So you're not allowed to do that. So click undo, but don't click anything yet. Don't do anything yet. Click the M on the other side, and it shifts the whole thing over with that turn already programmed in.
Nice.
So now click move, and there you go.
That's fair.
And it does actually make a difference. It's very minor.
It does.
It's very minor, but the positioning is different from the two.
Okay.
All right. So Star Destroyer activates. Concentrate fire command. I am definitely using that.
Okay.
Oh man, so many options. Okay. As much as I really want to rip into your Corvette more, I totally should. I really fucking should. But I'm not going to catch it, and it's got so many defense tokens. And I've got the double arc on your freaking side. I have to lay into your fucking Nebulon.
Especially with the one shield, yeah.
Yeah, so first thing I'm going to do is front arc into your side arc.
Okay.
And that's going to be 4. Normally it's 3 red, 3 blue. But with the concentrate fire, I'm going to add a red.
Okay.
4 hits, 3 crits. Do I have a token? I do not have a token.
All right. Well, we are going to automatically use a brace.
Yep, so 7, that cuts it down to 4. And the evade lets you, or forces me to reroll 1 die.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and reroll one of your crits.
So I'm going to ask you which one you want me to reroll, a blue crit or a red crit. And if you must know the difference, the red dies, they have 2 blank sides, whereas the blue have none. But the red die also has a double hit side on one of them.
Okay. So blue's more guaranteed damage, red is potentially higher.
Well, yeah, so blue, half of the sides of the blues are hits. Then they have 2 crits and 2 accuracies. Whereas
let's do the red.
Okay, yeah, the red has a 25% chance of being a blank.
Yeah.
No, it's just a
or,
red.
it just didn't do
Same
anything.
thing.
Okay.
So yes, so that's 7. So you're eating 4.
Ouch.
Yeah, definitely ouch, because the Nebulon B has no redirects. So that's 1 to shields, 3 to hull, and the
And that
first
leaves
one,
2 to spare.
the first one is face up because there's a crit.
Okay.
So, thrust control malfunction. The yaw value for the last adjustable joint and your current speed is reduced by 1.
Oh, that's fun.
And then 2 more face down. I got you. Oh,
Okay.
there. Oh boy, and that was just our first shot. Second shot off the side. We'll do side to side. That's only 2 red and a blue, though.
Might be enough.
3 hits. Simple, plain and simple, 3 hits.
I can do the brace again, right?
So not only can you do the brace, yep, you can brace to bring it down to 2. You can exhaust, or I'm sorry, you can spend your exhausted evade
yeah.
if you want. Which,
Well,
yeah, I
he's dead
think you
if I
have
don't,
to.
so,
Yeah. Alright, so yep. So that's gone. And then which would you like me to reroll, a red or blue?
Reroll one of the reds. Higher chance of having a miss.
Oh, you got it!
I'm still dead, but...
So, no, it's 1 damage.
Oh, 1 damage. Okay.
Yep. Here you go.
Alright.
So he's got 1 health left, this son of a bitch.
Looks like we're going to be in the standard rebellion situation where the capital ships are all dead and the fighters are still there.
So I took the navigate token at the beginning of the turn. I'm going to use that to reduce speed
Okay.
to 1. And then we're going to go for it. But it's not going to work. No, we can't ram.
It's worth a shot.
It's too tight of a turn.
Okay.
God damn it. Alright, that's the end. That's all I can do.
Alright.
So ideally, do you want to evade first before brace? Probably. It's so weird how you... I guess the order of that does matter.
Technically, yeah. But under situations like that, you're going to use them both anyway. Alright, so... we're going to use that squadron order.
Okay. Would you like to use your repair token?
I would love to use my repair token.
Alright, that's going to give you half your engineering rounded up, so 2 points.
So 2 points. Okay.
So you can either move 2 shields around or regen 1. The sad thing is your side has a max value of 1, so even if you move points, you're only going to be able to move 1 there.
That's really disappointing. Okay. It is what it is. That's why you have a terrible ship design.
Yeah, but like what you can do... No, I mean, again, that's kind of pointless. Yeah, I would just regen it.
Might as well. Yeah.
Okay. Spend the token. You can also use the squadron. Well, you did squadron command and a squadron token. So, yeah, you can activate all 3 of your squads.
Yeah.
Which that's
Might
not
as
bad.
well. Okay.
So they can
and
move.
Then I do squadrons first, right?
So, since you're activating them with a command, they do get to move and shoot. However, if they're engaged, they can't move. But
Right.
they're allowed to attack and then move. So, choose one to shoot.
This one.
All right, and then if you do kill this guy, he can then move away if you want him to.
Okay.
Which he did. 3. That's just enough. Those ties are gone. And now this guy can move if he wants, but obviously he can't shoot again.
Right. However, can lock down those 2.
Yes, he can.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
Slick, I did see that you can pull tokens from these. I don't know why I'm used to grabbing them from there.
All right. Let me look at the card again real quick. Okay, let's do... Oops. Torpedo Run.
Okay. So you're going to go for the side?
I'm going to go for the side of the Star Destroyer.
Okay.
And that's 1 red die?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so hits and crits count because they have bomber.
Yep.
But it's blank.
But that doesn't matter. So.
Alright, I'll flip that to blue. And you do your last guy.
If I can
got
flip.
it.
Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
And crit. Unfortunately, he's got shields there. I'm just going to eat it. And it goes down to 1.
All right. And then...
Then you get to actually shoot.
Okay. So he's... All right. So what we've got is 1 side shot on the Star Destroyer.
Yep.
Red and a blue. That's a whole lot of nothing. Okay.
And then...
Right, because that's a different arc, so that doesn't count, right?
Correct. So yeah, you can do... Since you fired out of your side at the Star Destroyer, you can still do anti-squadron out your front.
Okay.
Which is... What are the dice that you get to roll?
Anti-squadron is 2 blue.
Correct. That's not bad. Accuracy and a hit. And the reason that's not bad is because Howl Runner has Scatter, which just cancels all damage.
Well, that's obviously the one I'm going to cancel if I have choice.
Yeah, you do have choice. So, yeah, so that leaves me with the Brace, which reducing 1 damage by half does nothing. So I have to take 1 damage. There you go. Howl Runner is pretty tough to hit. But,
yeah, I can see that.
But chipping away at her 1 damage at a time, she only has 3 health, so.
Yep.
All right, and then you move.
Speed 2, okay. Let's see.
Good. Okay.
And then you get to move both of those around.
Yeah, I'll do Howl Runner here.
Might as well.
That's the shame though. They have to be touching. Oh, here. So this is what we'll do. There we go. We'll get these guys right on that corner. And Howl Runner is actually going to go right on that corner.
So they're not engaged.
So they're just out of range of each other.
Fair enough.
Perfect.
So my maneuvering actually undid my locking you down. All right. Good to know.
Yeah, it's just for fun. Practice game. All right. So that's the end of the ship phase, right? Everything's done. Yep. So squadrons. You get to go first, but all your squadrons are done. So I get to go.
You get to go.
So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to have Howl Runner attack first. So she's going to shoot the side of your Nebulon B there.
Okay.
Her anti-ship is 1 blue.
Ooh, not bad.
1 hit.
1 hit.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Nope. So I'm just going to eat it.
I'm going to do the same thing with the other ties. 1 blue. And a crit, but they don't have bomber, so that does nothing.
Okay.
And that's the end of turn 4. go to 5. You get to
Okay.
refresh your 2 braces, but you don't get the evade back.
Nope.
Set your dials.
But I got my ship back, so that counts. That. Okay. Oh, that was not what I intended to do.
What happened?
I accidentally chose the wrong one.
You can take them off and then grab the one on the bottom, if that's what you mean.
No, I set this. Corvette to the wrong one. So, it's fine. We got it fixed.
Okay.
I am ready if you are.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay.
You first. Oh wait, I got a token. Hang on. Let's trade fire token.
Okay. I am going to go out of order this time.
Okay.
So I'm not confident that the frigate will be there if I don't.
It's not a bad thought.
So, oops. The heck just happened?
What happened?
I pulled it out and then it popped back into the deck.
Oh, then it might have cycled it. It might have put the other one on top. Then is that the one that you meant to uncover, or was it the other one?
That is the
Flip the other one and see.
let's see. Nope, the navigate is the one that I had
Okay.
queued up. So we are going to use use it. I
Okay.
don't have any tokens,
Yep. So attack.
Okay. And everything is in that arc. Okay.
Well, I mean, Hal Rudder does clip your front, so you can pretty much do the same thing that you did last time.
Right.
So you can hit either
we're gonna do the same thing.
you can hit either side or rear.
I'm gonna go for your rear, I think.
Okay.
And that is 1 red, 1 blue. Okay.
Hit and a crit. I mean, I'll brace it down to 1 and then redirect it to the front.
Okay. And then we will shoot at Hal Runner. That's going to be 2 blues.
Two hits. I'm just going to use scatter. It does
Which
nothing.
is no damage.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
And
then you
move.
move.
Right. Okay. So I did a navigate. All right.
Yep, so you can adjust your speed by 1 if you want. You can play around with the tool and see, like, if you want to.
Okay.
So currently you're going what, 2? 2.
Currently going 2. Should be that.
And then because you use the nav command, you can also, or the nav dial, you can also, yep, get an extra yaw in there if you want.
No, I think I want to keep my speed what it is.
Okay.
Oops.
Alright. So I get to go. I reveal a navigate dial, which I will be using. First thing I'm going to do, though, is spend my repair token to get 2 points.
Okay.
With those 2 points, I will regen a shield on this side.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't do any squadron stuff. For firing, if I can hit all 3 of your X-Wings with anti-squad, let's do that first.
Okay.
1 blue. I'm just going to start on the ones closest to you and work my way out. So with 1 blue, the one closest to you, nothing. The next one, 1 hit. And the last one, also 1 hit. So it's them and them.
Okay.
Next, rear shot, medium range to your frigate's side.
Okay.
And that's going to be with 2 red.
Yeah, the repair would have been a more useful one, but I haven't planned ahead. That'll do it, I think.
Well, you can brace 3, 4. Yeah, that does it.
Yeah.
Kablamo.
Kablamo. Very iconic, but very terrible design.
You hate to see it.
Can't believe you blew up a medical frigate. That was definitely not a medical frigate.
Hold on, slickiness. Look at the bottom of the Victory Star Destroyer card. At speed 1, it has a vertical line. That means forward only. No, that means 1 click of yaw.
Yeah.
The horizontal line means forward only. Yeah, you saw that backwards. Yeah. So it makes more sense when you look at a ship that gets more than 1 yaw, like the Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at these, it makes more sense here. You see it at speed 1, it gets 2 yaw. At speed 2, it gets 1 and then 2. At 3, it's none, 1 and 2. No, I know you guys are having a different conversation. I'm somewhat following along. I just wanted to make sure that was clarified. Okay, then we're moving. So I'm going speed 1 with the nav command.
Okay.
Which way do I want to go? I guess I want to go to the right. I'm going to stay at speed 1, but I get the double crank.
Okay.
There we go. That's it.
Okay. So navigate command, and I'm going to use it. So first things first is firing.
I'm gonna mess with my front shield dial real quick just to see if I can fix its position. No, that didn't work.
Okay. And while you are doing that, I am going to be unloading on Howlrunner first.
Okay.
1 blue. One hit. And Scatter is exhausted.
You say you got 1 hit.
Yep.
Who are you shooting her with? The X-Wing or that guy?
Right.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll eat the hit.
Okay. And then on the other tie.
Miss.
Okay. And then there's nothing else in range. So, movement. We are currently at speed 3.
You can double crank that last one.
No, I'm double cranking, or I'm cranking the first one, which I can't do normally, apparently.
Right. But with the yaw you can. But what I'm saying is even you're allowed. See the 2?
Oh, right.
Yeah. You can always double crank the last one on the Corvette.
That's true.
Hang on 1 sec.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay. Welcome back.
My secretary had to deliver a message for me. So yeah, see, they have no idea what I'm talking about. It's alright. Alright, so you moved.
Yep.
Squadrons, you get to go first.
Alright. For squadrons. Move or attack. Okay. So, mark that down.
Okay.
And then this one's going to attack. Side arc of the Star Destroyer.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't hit the front arc, right?
What we do with that, I hate that those tiles are in the way. I'm going to assume the yellow dot's right here. We trace it to the nearest point of the base.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. So 1 red. Wow, let's have a double. No, it's a 1.
Okay. I'll just take the 1.
Okay. And then this one, we are going to move out here.
Not bad. That is 3, but I don't think it matters.
Oh,
no, it doesn't matter. These guys are going to attack first.
okay.
So they're going to roll... What does Hell Runner say? Add? You may add 1 blue, so they get 4 blue.
Well, just in case, he was about there.
2 hits.
That'll do it.
Yep. So they go.
So it does matter.
Does it though? Because I really don't want to put Hell Runner in Mixer up with 2 X-Wings.
Up to you.
I'll go in here. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the end of that turn. Last one.
All right. I mean, at this point in time, Best I could hope for is a draw. There's no way I can take your Star Destroyer down with 8 hull points.
Nope. So that's where you start focusing on the fighters and just try and squeeze out as many points as you can.
Yes. So...
Unless Moby goes off the edge. Yeah. As he's known to do.
I don't think there's any way of you doing that from your current position, though.
No.
Alright. I am ready.
Alright, you first.
Well, I'm sure this is a big shock, but I'm doing a navigate.
Okay. Shoot first.
Okay. Howlrunner's the only one in range. And I've got exactly 1 blue, so is there even any point in me rolling? Oh, I guess it would potentially exhaust your scatter.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, like, technically it matters, but no, it doesn't matter.
No, doesn't matter. Alright. Okay. And then we are moving.
Damn, that was close.
Oh, you're hoping I'd overlap you?
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Alright. I believe that is it.
Yep. Okay. Oh, I forgot to grab a token with Tarkin, but it really doesn't matter. So I reveal and navigate. I guess I'm firing side arc to front arc. This isn't gonna matter either. So 2 red. Oops. 2 red. I'm gonna re-roll the accuracy.
Okay.
To get an accuracy. So I spend that token. I'm going to say that you cannot use your redirect.
Okay.
Which means you're just going to use the evade, and at long range that cancels a die, so it's going to cancel my 1 damage and do nothing.
Yep.
With my navigate command, I get an extra yaw. And I'm done.
Okay. So then Squadrons. Oh, crap. I never moved that other one again. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah, no. Shoot. Move him back. Where was he? Yeah, just whatever. He was in range. I don't remember where he was. You overlapped. Go ahead. Put him or I overlapped him when I moved, so put him wherever you want.
He was going to be around there or so.
Okay. Let's imagine that he overlapped though. So he's got to be adjacent. So put him anywhere adjacent to the Star Destroyer.
Oh, okay. Well, if he's anywhere adjacent, then we're going to go firmly in the front arc where there's no shields.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. This is the last turn?
Yep.
Yeah. So it honestly doesn't matter what I do with this one.
The best thing to do would be to tie up Howlrunner. I mean, it's not going to make a difference because you have shields, but...
Yeah.
Chances of me eliminating your X-Wing squad with 5 health is almost 0.
Okay, and then we're going to attack in the front of the Star Destroyer with 1 red. And at most I will do 2 hits, and in reality I'll do nothing.
Okay, for me, Howlrunner has to attack your X-Wings. So she's 3 blue.
Oh, right, because of escort.
Well, that's just simply because fighters engaged with other fighters have to fight the fighters.
Okay. So escort would be like if there were Y-wings or something.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
1 damage.
1 damage.
And then these
Nobody got out unscathed.
These can't do anything, so they're just gonna fly in here as well.
Okay.
And that's the end of the game.
Oh, well played.
Yeah. I mean, by the end there, you were pretty much. I mean, how do you feel? You feel like you could play through turns now unassisted?
Yeah. Oh. I think so.
Yeah. I mean, usually that's all it takes is one of these little 200-point intro games. Once you play a couple turns and you see like the flow, like, okay, set the dial, reveal the dial, spend tokens, shoot, move, the end.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
I've read the manual a couple times, but actually doing it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
So, good job.
Well, thank you very much.
It's exactly midnight. So yeah. So I don't know who's left in chat. Genhawk, Lazy, Nike. They've been having their own conversation for the last like half hour.
Fair enough.
The more the dials are messed with, the more they bug out. Yeah, I don't know why like they end up moving to the top. Well, they still move with the ship.
Okay, that would be an absolutely broken Corvette. 6 shields on all arcs.
Oh, that broke it. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Though I read... Hold on, wait a minute. I think... there should be a way to get the shield tokens to spawn on this again.
Don't know. Oh, there we go.
Scale it up. The card on my player board? No, these don't do anything. I mean, what I could do is I could go in here, go to ships, go to Empire, ship.
Spawn a new one in.
Grab a new... Oh, that's not the right one. Get a victory 2. Drag this day up down here. Click the green button. There we go. We get a new one. And then have to try and... I mean, I can use like a token. Try to get it as close as I can. And then just delete this. And move all this over to... Oops, no wait. I guess delete that and that and that. Move all this to here. Lock this again. And there we go. We fixed it. Theoretically, let me make sure this should all Go with this. Yeah, it does. That works. So that's how you do it. That's kind of tedious, but that's how you fix it.
Well, it's better than not being able to fix it at all.
To the left, spawn fleet. Yeah, but if you do that... Yeah, that resets everything. No, it's not really game breaking. Right click clone also works. Does it? Oh. Oh, and then you can respawn the shields that way. Oh, wait, why are they only at 1? I guess you can just manually change it, but still. But see, like, what breaks it? Is it's not changing the value that breaks it. Look, I can flip this value a bazillion times. I think it's moving it? Honestly, I have no idea.
Oops.
He stole the shield token off the other one. How did that happen?
That's interesting.
Because look, that token was there. They were overlapping. And he stole it. That doesn't make any sense.
Still only counts as 1.
Alright.
Alright.
I'm done fooling around with this. Yeah, for the night. It was good playing with you, though.
Yeah,
welcome to the club.
Glad to be here.
So yeah, looking forward to playing more games, and we'll see. Probably gonna put together some sort of multiplayer campaign or something, so...
Could be fun.
Yep, if you want to do that, just keep an eye on Discord. I'll ping you guys when the stuff comes up.
Okay. And you have a good night.
You too.
See ya.
Later. And guys, in stream, we're also going to end it here. Please have an SSD in it. Thank you all for hanging out. I'll definitely be streaming something over the weekend, so stay tuned. For those of you that haven't played yet, I'm looking forward to playing with you too. Hopefully you guys are learning a lot. That's it for now. Keep theorycrafting your fleets, and I'll see you guys later.